Okay, so in the last session I discussed about this SDK, Android SDK, how your Android SDK looks like, and what are all the folders will be available in your SDK. So in your SDK you will be having Eclipse, SDK and SDK Manager. Here Eclipse will be used by the developers to write their Android programs. That means if I want to write the Android programs, if I want to develop my app, as a developer I will be using this Eclipse to write my programs. Then SDK is nothing but which is having so many tools. Like if you go inside of your SDK, you can find so many tools here, and with the help of these tools only you are developing your Android applications. And then one more thing is nothing but your SDK manager. This SDK manager this SDK manager is used to manage all the versions. That means, right, whenever if you want to work with your Android any version. Now what you can do is you can go to your SDK manager, and with the help of this SDK manager you can create any emulator. That means I want to test my application with Android 4.2, but I don't have Android 4.2 real device. Then what you can do, with the help of this SDK manager you can create the emulator. Emulator is nothing but virtual device. Today we will create the emulator, and also we will install the application. I will show you how to install the application, and once the application is ready, everything is ready, then take the test cases whatever we have written and then execute those test cases. That is the plan. Now first let me show you how your Eclipse looks like, because right, this Eclipse even it will be useful while working with your Selenium. Down the line you will be learning your Selenium, right? Because Selenium is right nowadays it's becoming popular day by day. So we will be learning that Selenium, and in that Selenium, right, you need to use this Eclipse to write your Selenium programs. So during the time probably that this Eclipse will be useful. So I will be showing you how your Eclipse looks like. Now if you see here, once you open your Eclipse, you will be getting your eclipse.exe. Eclipse.exe. Let me open this Eclipse. Double click on that. Once you open your Eclipse, so this is the place, right? Actually, right, this is nothing but the IDE. IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. This is the place where you will write your programs. If you are a developer, you will be using this Eclipse to write your programs to implement your application. If you are a tester also, like right, if you are using your Selenium and all for your automation testing, you will be using this Eclipse. Eclipse is nowadays very popular IDE. Let me open this Eclipse, how the Eclipse looks like, and also I will show you how to create a project, and then going forward, like you will be learning more about your Eclipse. Now it is taking little time to open your Eclipse. So this is the place, actually right, this is the place where developers can write the programs to develop their applications. Testers can do automation testing. That means you can write your automation programs here. Fine, so once you open your Eclipse will look like this. So this is nothing but a place where you can maintain and you can write your programs. Let me show you, like if I'm a developer, I will also show you how to create an Android program, and then what do you mean by that manifest file. I will show you those details. Let me show you. Okay, now here right, my intention is to show you how the developers will create a simple Android application. So I don't want to learn the development, but at least I should know, at least I need to know how these people will develop their applications. Now what I am trying to do is right click, new Android application project. Now I am trying to create some project here. I am trying to create some project here. So the project name is, give some name here. Okay, Click on next. So what you are trying to do, you are trying to create some Android project. If you are a developer, this is the, and you know one more thing. This is the, okay. Okay, fine. So right, when you install your Android applications, you can see some logo. How you are getting that logo? That is nothing but while developing your developer, what he will do is he will be giving the icon from here only. Now once you got your logo from your business, you can browse from here. So you can view your logo and click on next. Now I told you, remember, right? When you're developing your applications, you may be developing so many screens. Each and every screen will be called as activity, and you will be developing one activity for one screen. So if you have like 5 screens, you will be developing 5 screens as a developer. I'm not talking about the testing point of view. Here we are trying to understand how they will develop. So I want to create a new activity. Next. Now it will be created your project here. It will be created your project here. Now I will show you how your project looks like and what is this manifest file, how it looks like, how these people will be creating that UI. We will just try to understand. It's actually like I'm having so many programs, so it became very slow actually. Still it is taking time to load. Once the project is created, I will show you how your manifest file looks like what developers will do with that manifest file. Once I am done, right, then what I will do is I will be creating a virtual device today only. That means emulator we will create. We will create the emulator. Once the emulator is created, that means your environment is ready. Now you need to understand how to install that application in the emulator. Once that application is installed, then take your test cases, start executing the test cases. Nothing else is required. Okay. Now if you observe right now, just now I have created one of the project called your passport. So once it is created, right, immediately it will show. Let me show you that. Now it is created. Now you can see that it is created passport, and right now it is having this code. It is having this code. Now, right, I wanted to develop some code here. I wanted to develop some screens. You can do that. You can create even some more screens also. You know one thing, right? This Android development also is easy, but little programming skills is required. Let me see now. If you want to create your screens also, like no need to do that extra work. You can also drag and drop. It's already available because SDK, all the tools are available. What you are trying to do is you are just trying to do, you are trying to add the required fields, but how it will work, for that you need to write the scripts. For that you need to write your script, proper script, like how this script, how this, see this is my username. Now let me add password field. So this is my password field. See, this is how you can like, right? See, simple login page we are developing here. So here I want this as login. See, we are doing very simple script here. See, username, password, how nicely you are getting. And then I want to have some button here. Okay, let's have the button. That's it. See, this is how these people will develop. Now what they will do is, right, here I am doing a simple thing, but when it comes to the real time, what these people will do is, they will write the code how exactly it will work. That is their job. Now you can see simple login script is created. But the thing is, right, what they will do is, they will be writing the code how these fields will work. What is the logic, like what is the business rules. For that they have to write the code. But UI development, simple. I'm done. I'm done with the login page. This is how they will work. Now similarly, right, see, I told you, if you want to work with your Android application and if you are having your multiple screens, for each screen you need to create different activity. Right click on that. Right? For everything you need to create a different activity. That means if I want to create my one more thing, then create one more. Like this. Because right here in your Android application, each screen will be considered as one activity. Okay. Now if you see this, right, manifest file, how it looks like. Manifest file. See, this manifest file is mandatory for any Android project structure. If you are developing any Android app, mandatory file is Android manifest file. This is the XML file, and this will contain the complete information about your application, how you are going to work with that application development, what kind of activities you are using, what kind of services you are using, how this is working, how these activities and services are interrelated. The complete information will be available in your Android manifest. And then who can access this app, what is the user permissions, what are all the versions we are supporting. Let me tell you one thing. So as a tester, right, you are doing your testing for Android 4.2. Your application is working very fine with your 4.2. But when I am working with Android 5.0, my app is not supported. Then I tested my application and then finally I come to a conclusion saying that app is not supported. When you go to the developer, what he can do is he can do simply changes for your manifest file. You will change the manifest file in such a way that application should support 5.0 also, because here we will clearly mention what are all the versions we are going to support. So if you see here, this is your manifest file. So if you observe here, so right now this application, whatever the application you are developing, there is nothing but your Passport. Passport will support minimum SDK is 8. 8 is nothing but your 2.3 HS. So that means it will support API level 8 and the maximum is 19. Maximum is 19. That means still it will support till 4.0. This is how they will maintain your manifest file. If you want to give some permissions, like I don't want to give this Passport application to everyone, I wanted to give this app to only for my particular students, then what you can do is you can give some permissions. You can add some permissions. You can give some permissions. You can give your permissions, absolutely. Right? This is how you can develop your app. If I'm a developer, this is the way to develop my application. Okay. Then, so when it comes to that, right, when it comes to the tester, so what I need to know is, right, once the file is available for the testing, I should understand how I can test this application with the emulator, and also I need to understand how I can test it with the real device. Now today our focus will be your emulator, that is nothing but virtual device. So if you want to create your virtual device, go to your Android SDK. Okay, first make sure that Java is installed and make sure that your Android SDK is downloaded and extracted. Then double click on your SDK manager. Once you open your SDK manager, then you can see, right, once you open your SDK manager, then you can see all the available versions with that SDK. See here, right, now you are trying to open one of the SDK manager. Once you open that SDK manager, whatever the versions are available till that point, it will show all the versions. Now you can see here. See, this my SDK is little older version, so I don't have any 5.0. I am having only till 4.4 only. You can see all the versions are available. 4.4, 4.3, 4. All the versions. That means whatever the versions are available in your Android, everything will be available in your SDK manager. Now you can use these versions to create your emulator. Okay, clear? Now you can see all the versions. 4.0 is there, 4.0 is there, 3.2, 3.1, 3.0, 2.3, 2.2, 2.1, all are there. Okay, all are there. Now the question will come as a tester, okay, which emulator you are going to test, right? Which emulator you are using to test your application? The first question, right? You got your APK file. Then the next point is which emulator version you are going to test. Say for example, I am testing my application with Android 4.0 because Android 4.0 is my scope of testing. Android 4.0 version is my scope of testing. Then what you have to do is, if you want to test in your Android 4.0, then you have to create your Android 4.0 emulator. Before creating that emulator, make sure that your 4.0 package is installed successfully. That means, here if you observe here, now right now my 4.0 is already installed. What you have to do is, if you observe here, right now it's installed. If you want to install any version, whichever the version you are going to test, just select the checkbox and click on install. Click on install. Once you install these packages, then only your Android system will allow to create your 4.3 virtual device. If you are not creating this, if you are not installing, then it will not allow to create your 4.3 device. Remember this. So it is our local machines. Don't install all the packages, because right in the local machine, if you install all the packages, then your machine will become slow. So just install 1 or 2 packages for your learning purpose. Right now I have installed 4.0. Just select it and click on install. I already installed. Now if you want to uninstall, say for example, right now I am working with Android 4.0. Once I am done, I want to go with 4.2. Then in that case, I don't want to use 4.0 anymore. Then you can uninstall it. Uninstall is also nothing. Just click on this and delete. When you delete it, that means it will delete all the Android 4.0 package. So here the point is, when you are using your emulator, first go to your SDK manager, and then if you go to that SDK manager and then try to install the required packages. Once that package is installed, then you can create your emulator. Right now I want to work with my 4.0. So here 4.0, I install all my required packages. Once installation is done, once you are getting install, then go to tools, manage AVDs, go to tools and manage AVDs, and once you say that manage AVDs, then it will open your AVD manager. This is the location where you can maintain all your emulators. That you can create n number of emulators, there is no limitation. You can create n number of emulators, there is no limitation. Now, only thing is, if you are creating your multiple emulators at a time, then your machine will become slow. Nothing will happen, just machine will become slow. Now, if you go here, if you go to your manage AVDs, then it will open your AVD manager. There you can see all your available emulators. Otherwise, if you are working for the first time, you can create your first virtual device also. How to create it? Go to new, click on new. Once you click on new, then it will open your create new virtual device. Now I am trying to create my new virtual device. You can give any name. See, you can give any name. You can give your name also. Okay. You can give any name. Then, okay. Once it is created, once you have given your name, now you go to target. That means, right, you are trying to create your virtual device. Which version you want? I installed 4.0. You remember? I showed you that. I installed 4.0. That is the reason you can see your 4.0. And you can also say that I have one more version called 4.4. 4.4 is the default with this SDK, because with this SDK 4.4 is the latest version. Whichever the latest version with the SDK, it will come by default. See, if you want to create your latest version, it will come by default. No need to install any packages now. Latest version is by default. Now, you can select right now I want to create 4.0. If you guys are having, right, if anyone is having 4.0 device, you can have a look. See, I will create your virtual device. You can compare whether your virtual device is looks similar to your real device. You can have a look. Now device, okay, now which device you are planning to create? Okay, you are creating your Android 4.0. I agree with that. Which kind of device you are trying to create? So, are you creating any particular device? Now I want to work with my Nexus one. You can select. You can give whatever device, because I told you, right? So you will be having your scope of testing. In your strategy, they will clearly mention which are all the models we are working, which are all the versions we are working. Right now, I want to work with this Nexus one. Get your Nexus one here. Then skin. So what kind of skin you want? What kind of skin you want for your mobile? Is it HVGA? That means, right, HVGA is nothing but it's a half screen. It's a little small. And QVGA, that is nothing but water videographic, sorry, which is a very small one. And wide, W is nothing but wide. So which screen you want? Which screen you are planning to create? I want to create HVGA. You can select any screen, whatever you want. So that is nothing but your screen size. Right? Screen is nothing but screen size. Which kind of screen you are looking for? And then you can give your CPU, like CPU, like whatever the CPU you are planning, you can give it. Because I told you, emulator is nothing but creating the virtual device with the help of hardware. So I will be giving all the hardware. See, here I am not giving any software. I am giving the hardware. Based on the hardware, your Android system will create a virtual device for you which looks similar to your real device. And then skin I want to select. HVGA is fine. Half means that it will look good. QVGA very small. And then camera under light, I don't want that camera under. Let's do it. Now, okay. So what you can do, right? You can give your memory options, right? You can give your memory options like what is the RAM you want, right? You can give your memory options. You can give your memory options and storage, right? And I will tell you what is this SD card in some time. I will tell you, right? I will tell you what is this SD card in, right? In some time I will tell you that. Okay. Now, right? What you can do, right? Once you give all the information and the SD card, yes.
These, excuse me.
Yes, please.
Okay, these information we have to fill it by ourselves, or we will get the information from our leader.
Right, go back now. See, I told you in the mobile strategy we clearly mentioned what are all the devices we are going to work. You remember, like I showed you that test case document. In the test case document also we clearly mentioned what are all the devices we are planning to test. And there we clearly mentioned what is the screen size and what is the model of your device. You remember that? So based on that only I will be creating. I cannot create my own. Right? Give me the details, based on that I will create my emulator. Got it?
Okay, thank you.
Here, right, see, as a tester, so if somebody is coming to you and they are asking, can you please create your Android emulator? Okay, can you please test with your Android emulator? Immediate question is, okay, sure, I will do that. Please tell me which device you are planning to work. What are all the hardware you are looking for? That means, what is your screen size? What is your skin? That is nothing but your screen size. And then what is the version you are looking for? And what is the device you are looking for? Give me the details. Then obviously I can test my application with your emulator. Once it is created, done. Now click on start, launch. Now it will stop, it will start. Now right, machine will become little slow because we are trying to create a virtual device here. Now if you guys are having your 4.0, you can have a look. This looks exactly similar to your real device. But yes, we have some limitations in the emulator. We cannot perform any interruption testing. You can do some kind of UI testing and functional testing. And also I told you, emulator is my last option. Always I will prefer to go with the real device. Whenever I am having the limitations in the real device, like I don't have real device, so there is some constraints, then only I will look out for my emulators. Now we'll wait for a few seconds. Yeah, couple of minutes of course. So it will load now. Now this looks similar to your 4.0 only. Okay. Now you can see this is your like 4.0. That's it. Now you can play with this one. Now you can play with this one. One second, let me delete the earlier ones. Okay, fine. Now if you see here, right, once you install your 4.0, this looks like this. If you have any 4.0 device, you can cross check that. Now this is your normal device, like you can have all the options, and then you can swipe it, and then you can go to your settings. This is normal, like regular thing. Like this is regular thing. You can go to your apps. How we will do in the real device, the same thing. But the thing is here, this is not the real device. Now, how to know that whether it's a real device or not? If you observe right here, there is no Play Store because Play Store is applicable only for the real device. See, there is no Play Store here. There is no Play Store because this is not the real device. You can see that. Now, let me uninstall a couple of applications. I will show you. Now, go to apps. I installed a couple of applications for the other batch, like explanation. I will show you how to install the application. Now one more thing, right? See, once you are understanding one application installation, if you are understanding like how to install the application, one APK file, that means you should be comfortable with any APK file. So there is no difference. If you know how to install the APK file, one APK file, that means you should be good with any other APK file installation. Any APK file installation, the process will be same. Now I want to install one of the application called, so I'm having some APK. Now here I'm having one APK called, where we will do Android calculator, not here. I'm having in another location. So So in this location I am having a APK called Android calculator. That means that now your developer send a mail saying that please test the Android calculator APK. That means your developer shared that APK file. So that APK can be anything. It can be rail app, it can be banking application, it can be X, Y, Z, whatever may be the APK. Once you got that APK, you need to install in your emulator. How to install it? I will tell you the step. Please follow these steps. I will show you with two applications. So working with one application or two application, same thing. First thing is, right, whenever if you want to communicate with your emulator, right, remember one point, if you want to do the communication with the emulator, you cannot do that communication directly, right? You have to use a tool called ADB. It's Android Debug Bridge. So if you want to communicate with your emulator, you cannot communicate directly with the emulator. You have to use a tool called ADB. ADB is nothing but Android Debug Bridge. You will be You will be using this ADB to communicate with your emulator. For that purpose, what you can do is you can use your command line tool. You can use your command line tool to have your communication. That means first step, open the command line tool. So how to open? You know that. Start, run, CMD. You know, right, how to open your command line tool. Go here, run CMD. It will open. Okay, it will open your command line tool. Once it open, second step is change the directory to ADB. That means right now my second step is part of ADB. So my second step is I open the command prompt. Now I want to change the directory to my ADB2. Now where is my ADB? I told you ADB will be available in your Android SDK. Go back. So my SDK is available. C Prasad. So here my SDK is available. Here if you go to SDK, in this SDK you can find so many tools and your ADB will be available under your platform tools. See here adb.exe. You have to do this part. Copy this part, copy it and cd paste. Change the directory. Yes, I change the directory. My next thing is I want to write a command. Adb install path of APK. Now, now what I want to do, go to that command prompt and then write a command saying that adb install path of APK. That means now you can go here, adb install. Where is my APK is available? My APK is available here. So that location can be anything. You can have your APK in any location, but make sure that you are giving the right location. ADB install, or right click, paste, and then what is the name of that? Android. Make sure that you are giving the right name, otherwise it will throw the error message calculator.apk. Is it the right name or spell mistake? Android. No, it is a spell mistake. Android. Okay. DROID. Okay. Make sure that you are giving the right name, otherwise it will throw the error message. Now let me run this. Enter. Run means enter. When you click on enter, when you click on enter, then what it will do is it will be installing your APK file in your emulator. It will be installing in your emulator. Now you will be getting a message here, right? If it is installed successfully, you will get a success message. Otherwise, if it is not installed, then you will be getting some error message. Now it's success. Go back and cross check and see that whether it's installed or not. See, it's installed successfully. It's installed successfully. Now what you can do, take your test cases and then now what you can do is take your test cases, whatever the test cases you have, whatever the test cases you have written, take your test cases and then start executing your test cases. That is the process. So it can be any application. Once you get the requirement, what is your job? You will be writing your test cases. Once we are done, we will get that application for our testing purpose. Once we get the application, and if you are testing in your emulator, then what you can do is you can install that application in the required emulator and then start testing with your test cases. That is the process. Okay, let me install one more application for you. One more application. The same steps for me, right? It's a repetition. Let me find any other app is there. Any APK file. If you go to Google and if you say that APK file, you will be getting thousands of APKs. Because it's a free, it's an open source. Anyone can use. Anyone can use anything. Okay, let me one more thing. You have any number? Let me take one more APK. Let me take one more APK. Let's go back to my any APK. The process will be same. APK here. Okay. Now I am trying to install one more APK. Right here, right? I am having one. Eddy Bank is not there. Okay. I wanted to install one more APK called Simple Notepad. This is one more APK and I want to install this APK file. Okay, if you want to install, otherwise I have one more APK, that is C program file. You are having so many APKs. So any APK for me the same story. Let me try with this APK. Okay, let me try with this APK. That is fine. Any APK is same story for me. Let me go here. See, I'm closing everything and then again I'm showing you how to create it. Because once you know that how to install the application and if you know that what is the details in the tab, that means now you can go there and then start testing your application. That's not a big deal. And one more thing is, I told you, sometimes you may be getting some URL and within that URL they will be having that bill. You can download directly from that URL, just open that URL in your mobile and then download it. That is the easiest job. That is the easiest job. So let me install one more app. So open our command line tool. Yes, I opened it. Change the directory to your platform tools. Okay, because here only I have my ADB. Wherever your ADB is available, change here and ADB install. What you want to install? I want to install one of the app which is available in this location. Yes, go here, copy that. Just give the location, paste here and then give the name eddybank.apk file. Cannot find the program. Why it is not? It's right path, right? ADB install. Okay, let me change this path to my APK. Simple path I will give. ADB install give the path CAPK arraybank.apk. Earlier, right, I gave some long path, right, maybe it is having some special character, some space. Because of that, right, it is not recognizing actually. Now if you go back here, now see, it is installed successfully. You can see that. Now you can go to that application and then start testing that application. Now you can open that application and then start testing it. Here my username and password, my username is company, my password is company. You can play with this. Okay, it is working fine. Now you can start testing. This is like usually this is used for your function and UI testing. This is not for your network testing. Network testing, I mean interruption testing. Like I cannot get any calls here, I cannot get any messages here, I cannot do my network connections here, I cannot change my network connections 3G, Wi-Fi. I cannot do that. Here I can do a proper functional and UI testing. Okay, fine. Clear or any doubts here in this installing this application? Any doubts are here? Okay, fine. And also one more thing, right? See, everything is I documented in your PPT also. Let me show you that. See, I also everything documented in PPT also. Let me open that. Even steps also. Maybe right sometimes if you are unable to do that, then see that PPT also will help you. Okay, this is how you can install the application. So right now, say for example, right now I install the application. Now I am having the test cases and then I will start executing my test cases. When you are doing your execution, okay, when you are doing your execution, usually we will go with your functional and UI testing. If you see this, right, limitations for your emulators, you cannot perform any interruption testing. You cannot perform any interruption testing. Here also, right, I gave you some for your reference also, like how to create your environment setup. So if you have any doubts, you can also have a look on this also, because like, it's better to have the details actually. Now, one more thing is, right, see, whenever if you get any like APK file from the developer, and if you want to know the details of the APK file, no need to see that UI. Without seeing the UI also, without seeing your user interface also, you can get the complete information about the APK through your command prompt. That means I want to know the complete information about my APK. Yes, you can do through your command prompt. You can do entire thing. That means now here I got my arraybank APK file. Once you got your arraybank APK file, now I want to know the information about that APK file. How to do that? For that, what you can do is you can use a tool called AAPT, Android Asset Packaging Tool. That means if you want to know the details of the complete APK, if you want to know the complete information about your APK, then you will be using this tool AAPT, which is nothing but Android Asset Packaging tool, and which is available here. Go to your SDK. Yes, go to SDK platforms. Go to platforms. Go not platforms. Go to build tools. Go to build tools. See here you can see that AAPT is nothing but Android Asset Packaging tool, which is used to get the complete information about your APK without any installation. See, I want to see the complete information of that APK. Now I don't want to install it. Without installing, I want to see the complete information of that APK. Yes, it is possible with the help of your AAPT tool, which is nothing but Android Asset Packaging tool. Okay, let me see here. I will show you that how to do that. See, every time, right, if you want to do that communication, open your command prompt, steps will be same. The next thing is, right, change the directory. Where is your AAPT? Where is your AAPT is available? That is available in this location. Change in the directory and give the path here. Now use a command called AAPT list -a and give the APK path. See, if you have any doubt, you can see here. I clearly mentioned here. AAPT list -a and path of your APK. Then it will give the complete history of your APK. Where is my APK? This is my APK location. Okay. Go here. AAPT C APK bank.apk. See, the complete information about your APK will come here. The complete story you will get here. Now, if you want, you can also see as a tester that I don't want to understand this complete story, but it's better to have so that if you go to the interviews, right, probably right, you can explain them easily also. Now, if you see the complete information about your APK file, you will get here. The complete information about your APK. See here. So, and one more thing, right, I want to tell you is whenever if you say that APK, each APK will have a unique file name. That means, right, every file will have the unique name. You have to use that name only. And this unique name is that is called your package name. So each and every Android application will have one unique package name. If you see here, my unique package name is com.experitest.experiment. If you see everywhere in the entire application, as a developer, I have to use the same name only. I'm not supposed to use any other thing. See, they are clearly mentioning. So here, what are all the fields are available? Every information they will provide here. See, you are having make payment. That means, let me show you that application so that you will get some idea. So the complete information about your application will be available in your, see, make payment, log out, expense report. The complete information will be available here. So in this layout, you are having expense report. Right, you are having your expense report, and then you are having your countries list. You can ask me where is my countries list. So here is my countries list. Like this. Everything, right? Now they will be having the complete information here. The complete information about your APK, and also if you have any images, right, that also they will mention somewhere. Let me see where is that images. Everything, add button, back button, login view, scroll view, all the information will be available. The complete phone text field, login button, name text field, amount text field. That means a phone text field, name field, amount field, country button. So the complete information actually. The complete information about your send payment, cancel button. The complete information about your application will be visible here. Okay. I wanted to show that any images are available. So if there is any images, they will also provide clearly whether that image is coming or not. See, if you see here, this manifest file also, see the complete manifest file information also is available. So if you are a tester and you want to see the complete information about the app, say for example, I want to see the complete manifest file. So no need to go to the source code and all. You can simply take the APK file and then get the complete information in your command prompt itself. See that manifest file. So this is the name of your app. Okay, I understand. And the permissions. This is the permissions. This is the internet. Internet should be available. Then only you can install this application. That is the permissions. So they are providing all information. See the complete information of your so here they provided the permissions as well in your manifest file. Permissions. This is the permissions. And then here actually there is no, okay, actually there is no images. That's fine. Okay. Now I told you, if you remember, for each and every screen you have to implement one activity. You can observe here. So first one is payment home activity, which is nothing but this is one screen, right? Let me show you that. That is one screen. Make payment activity. Click on this one. This is a different screen. Agree with me. And then country list. That means here if you want to select the countries, this is one more screen. So for each and every screen, they have to implement one activity. March case activity. For each and every screen, they have to implement one activity. So this is the complete information about your APK file. Whatever the APK you are working, if you want to know the complete information about your APK, then what you can is you can simply get your all your APK information by using your command line tool itself. Okay, like this. So that can be any app. That can be your Airy Bank APK, or it's your banking application, or it's your calculator application. Any application, the process will be same. Okay, fine. Like this. So this is how you can. This is how you can get to know the complete information about your APK file. And one more thing I wanted to tell you is, see, you remember, right, while creating my emulator, right, while creating your emulator, you observe that one SD card. Right? SD card is nothing but your external card, memory card. So you know, like when you are buying your mobiles, you will be buying some external memory card because I want to store that information in my SD card. You can also do in your emulator also. That means you can create one SD card. You can create one SD card. That means you are creating some memory for your apps. You can do that. You can also create that SD card for your emulator also. You can do that. You can do that. Let me close this. That means, right, see, the process, everything is same. Like I want to install my application. Yes, I will do that installation. But the thing is, right, I want to install with the help of my SD card. For that, what you need to do is first you need to create a SD card, and then by creating that emulator, you can do that SD card in your emulator. I will show you how to create your SD card. And here also I don't create like SD card with more space. Just try to create the SD card with your 1 GB. And once you are done with the work, delete it. The reason why I am telling is, when you are creating your SD card, it is creating the SD cards from your hard disk only, local hard disk. So if you say that create a 2 GB, that means it will take 2 GB from your local hard disk and it will create a SD card, and you can use it for your emulation purpose. So if you want to create it, the process will be same. If I want to create it, so here also I clearly mention if I missed anything. Now what you can is go to the command prompt, story will be saved. Go to the command prompt, change the directory, and here my SD card is available in my SDK tools. You can see here one MKSD card. This, with the help of this tool only, with the help of this tool only, with the help of this tool only, you can create your SD card. That means now I will go here, CD, change directory, give the path, where is my SD card is available, MKSD card, give the path, give the path, okay. Now use the command called mksd card. That means you are trying to create some memory card for your virtual device. Mksd card -l -label my SD card and give the location my SD card, and what is the size you want? I want 1024 M, which is nothing but 1 GB. I don't want to create like more. I want to create only 1 GB is fine for me. Where you want to create? I want to create CAPK. Which name? Let's go with my SD card. So I'm trying to create some name here. File.image. That means, right, what you are trying to do? You are trying to create one SD card with 1 GB, and then if you want, you can use it that later. Let's click on OK. Now it will create 1 GB space in that particular location. It will take some time, few seconds, because you are creating 1 GB. Once this GB is created, now you can go back to your emulator, and then instead of giving that memory, internal memory, you can give the SD card. Yeah, it's created. So it's created. If you want to cross check, go back to, see here it's got, let me check, see it's created. It's created. If you want, you can cross check whether it's created right now or not. Properties. See, it just now created 1 GB. So, and this is how you can create your SD card. Once it is created, and the story will be same, like now, edit it. Now if you want to use it, edit it, edit it. Now instead of giving this internal memory, now what I will do, I will be selecting the file. I will be selecting the file. See here, I don't want to give any size here. I want to give the file, and then click on browse, and click on browse, and you can give your SDK. You can give, SD card. You can give your SD card. You can give your SD card like this. So I don't want to give any size here. Instead of this, I wanted to use my SD card. So what is the advantage of your SD card is, now what will happen is you are having your dedicated card, dedicated memory for your mobile, and you can use that for your emulator purpose. Okay. So this is how you can create your emulators, how to install the application, how to know the complete information of your APK file, how to install, how to create your SD card and then use it in your emulator. Let me know if you have any doubts here. Let me know if you have any doubts here. Okay. And one more thing is that this is like we will not use in the real time. Very rare situations we will do that. See, whenever if you want to do your emulators, and then if you are facing some difficulties in creating the emulator, you can use this Chrome as a last option. You can also create your Chrome for your emulator purpose. For that, what you need to do is you need to download the Google. So you need to download one extension, right? You need to download an extension, right? You have one extension, so just this one. Just download this extension, device mode mobile emulation. This is the last option actually. Okay. Now, if you go here, once right that extension is available, just click on F12, or you can go to your this one settings, and there you will be finding your developer tools. Go to your more tools and you will be finding your where is that? It's already open. Okay, let me close this. Now here, go to more tools, here developer tools, see here, or you can also click on F12. So once you are selecting this, then it will show you your emulator, but this is useful for your mobile web testing. This is not for your native or hybrid application testing. This is for your just simple mobile web, and that too this is my last option. Now here what you can do is, here you can select whichever the device you are planning to work. All the devices will be available here. iPhone 6. So your iPhone 6 look like this. That means if I open gmail.com, so in my iPhone 6 it look like this. And if you want to change your screen size also, you can change. This is your screen size. You can test your application with the screen size. iPhone 6 with the screen size like that. Like this. This is the like last option actually. Like if you don't have any time to test, create your emulator, then what you can do is you can use this Chrome option to create your required emulators and then start it. But this Chrome will be useful to test only mobile web. It is not for your native application. Okay? Fine. Any doubts? Please let me know.